So nobody knows your business better than you, and I'm not here to suggest I have all the answers, but here's what I do know. If you're an expert that sells a product or service that generates anywhere from a couple of grand to tens of thousands of dollars or more per sale, and you're tired of slogging it out with lukewarm prospects to get every single sale over the line, then you're going to want to watch this very short video. If you're fed up with having to cold call, attend networking events, or spend a small fortune on advertising every time you want new clients, then this is definitely a video you're going to watch to the very end. Here's why. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a new, much simpler way to get high-ticket clients using a simple book and automated outreach system. My name is Matt Clark, and I've been working with entrepreneurs and business owners for years, showing them how to rapidly generate a high volume of quality sales leads every month using an online book funnel and automated outreach system that quickly turns cold leads into highly engaged and extremely qualified pre-sold prospects at scale. We do this by implementing a simple yet extremely lucrative system that allows you to become the leading authority in your industry. Have prospects actually reaching out to you for help rather than feeling as if you are constantly chasing unqualified leads, and it will actually pre-sell the prospects on your expertise before you ever meet with them. And what I'm about to show you actually works for any high-ticket product or service-based professional. Financial advisors, business brokers, coaches, and consultants, marketing agencies. If you have a product or service to sell, I will show you how to implement the same system that has revolutionized my own business. So I want you to imagine this for a second. It's 9:47 a.m. Monday morning. You upload a new prospect list to your automated outreach system, and by 11:36 a.m., you've got your first 3 replies from qualified leads asking for a copy of your new book. By 6:30 p.m., another 4 great leads. And by 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, you've had 16 qualified, perfect customer leads without spending a single penny on advertising or making a single cold call. This happens regularly for us, and I promise it can happen to you too. Just like this test campaign that we did for a marketing company, which actually generated 20 highly targeted qualified leads from a hyper-targeted prospect list of just 180 people that are an exact match of their perfect customer profile. And these aren't just any old leads, these are perfect client leads. Imagine you think back over the past few years and write down a list of the best clients you've ever worked with. Then next to each name, you write down what made them the perfect client. So we did this exercise for an M&A firm we worked with, and their perfect customer profile looked something like this. Business owners, businesses in specific industries, based within 50 miles of their office, no micro businesses. They wanted only businesses that generate $2.5 million to $50 million in annual revenue. Based on this profile, we did a small test campaign. We built a prospect list using our AI. Then we added that list to our automated outreach system. And within a couple of weeks, we generated 37 business for sale leads for this M&A business broker. So in just a couple of weeks, we generated more qualified leads for this M&A firm that they had generated in the past 6 months. To give you an idea of the power of the system to generate premium quality leads, no matter your industry, these 37 new qualified leads were business owners that were interested in learning more about selling their business. And these weren't small, worthless businesses. As you can see from the small sample here, they're all generating $2.5 million to $50 million in annual revenue. And one of them was even a $120 million per year business. And we have generated business for sale leads across a range of industries, from pizza restaurants and construction companies to medical device manufacturers and HVAC specialists. And instead of feeling like you're pestering cold leads, with our system, you actually get cold prospects thanking you for contacting them, like this. A recent client of ours actually got a reply from one of their prospects complimenting our client on a good marketing pitch and that they were now interested in the book. I could go on and on with examples, but I think you get the point. This system works for targeting any high-ticket industry. And the best part is that anytime you want to top up your pipeline with more of these qualified leads, either for yourself or your sales team, you can just upload more prospect lists to your automated outreach system. You just decide how many new leads you want in your pipeline, upload a new prospect list to your outreach system, and now you know that approximately 5 to 10% of those leads will reply and request more information. I'm sure you've heard the analogy, imagine a magic ATM where you could get $2 out for every $1 you put in. How many dollars would you put in? Obviously, you'd put in as much as you could because the return is that predictable. The same concept applies to the strategy. Basically, if you want more leads, just upload more prospects. Now, before we get into this, here's why I know what I'm talking about. So back in 2008, around the same time that Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media platforms started exploding onto the scene, together with my business partner, David Hockley, I started my first business, a financial services firm in Shanghai, China. I know, insane, but I was 28 years old at the time, and you tend to do some pretty crazy stuff when you're that age. I was already living in Shanghai for about 4 years prior to starting my own firm. So I already had a good idea as to what kind of money I could make in the financial services sector. I promised myself, however, before starting this business that I was not going to waste the next 30 years of my life trying to make it before I saw some serious money. I saw how long it took my competitors to retire, and I was like, hell no. There's got to be a shortcut. There's no way I am grafting for this long for a maybe. But at 28, do you really know what you're doing? No. So I jumped in head first, applied the same traditional and boring methods of entrepreneurship, and of course, worked 18-hour days to barely break even. Or I'd have a couple of good months before a string of bad ones. And then I thought, I'll just hire more employees to sell for me. Well, that worked out for about a year until I lost my top sales employee. And when I lost him, I lost nearly half of the business he brought in. I grew my sales team to 30 strong over an entire year. And in just one day, I lost half of them to the competition because I had nothing of real value to offer them. This is when I realized I needed a new plan. So I went back to the drawing board and I thought, this is insane. We have got to figure this out. I could literally be working at a bar, slinging drinks and making more in tips than I could trying to grow this business. So I obsessed over what separates real $1 million consultants who grew their business in record-breaking time from those who struggled their entire lives to barely break even. I read book after book, took courses, paid coaches, and spent every waking moment of educating myself on how they did it. Because I knew it was possible. I knew it existed, but I couldn't figure out why it wasn't existing for me. What was it that they possessed? Was it money? Was it knowledge? Were they born with a silver spoon? If you study some of the most successful businesses and entrepreneurs in the world, you're going to very quickly realize that they all took shortcuts to make millions. Yes, they worked incredibly hard, but that's not how they made their millions. That's not how they got ahead. The secret was leverage. They leveraged the tools, technology, and resources available to them to grow 10x, 50x, even 100x faster than their competitors. These small consulting businesses knew that the only way they could scale their business to $100,000 per month, $500,000 per month, even $1 million per month or more was through leverage. And I'm not talking about the investment banks or companies like IBM or big box stores like Walmart who raised millions of dollars to launch overnight. I'm talking about the two-man bands, the startups, the coaches and consultants, the brokerages with just a few people. The ones making 6 figures per month were all doing the same thing. They were using the internet to leverage their prospecting efforts. They were getting their message in front of 200 people per day when their competitors couldn't even reach 200 per year. So I thought to myself, okay, how could I apply digital leverage to my small little consulting firm? Well, social media and email marketing were fairly new at the time. Remember, this was back in 2008, and I saw how quickly businesses were able to reach thousands of prospects in a single day. Naturally, we tapped into these resources, and within months, we went from about $10,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 per month. The very next year, we did $2 million in revenue. Then we went from the new guys on the block in 2008 to number one in sales for all of China in just 5 years, simply because we tapped into and learned how to leverage social media and email marketing to get in front of a consistent and steady flow of prospects. So fast forward to 2023, and it's not as simple as it used to be. Now everybody is using social media and email marketing, and that's a big problem because customers and potential buyers are inundated with emails, LinkedIn messages, Facebook chats, sales letters, and webinars. There's so much marketing in their face that they don't even know what or who to pay attention to anymore. They've already signed up for 50 newsletters before they even heard of you. And on top of it all, they have their personal life to deal with, as well as a million notifications popping up in their smartphones that are also distracting them from your message. So there's a lot going on, a lot more going on in people's lives today than there was back in 2008 that's distracting them from paying attention to your marketing. Social media, which used to bring us millions per year, is now so saturated and overwhelming to deal with that it's almost counterproductive. So back to the drawing board we went years after we built and sold several other businesses, by the way, and we asked ourselves, how can we grab the attention of our prospects, isolate them from the noise, and get them off their phones and computers so that they can just focus on our offer? How do we become the authority figure in our market again and lead our prospective buyers to believe that we are the only ones that can help them and that it's not even worth looking anywhere else for help? We needed a new plan. We needed a new hook. We needed a new shortcut, only this time an angle that eliminated all the noise while they focused on our message. Now, I'm not suggesting that email marketing is dead or that webinars or video sales letters don't work anymore, because they absolutely do. And if you signed up to my own email list, you'll get plenty of those as we still use them. But there's a new hook that both ourselves and our clients are now using that's helping them grow their consulting businesses to 6 figures per month. And it has to do with a simple automated book funnel. And in just a minute, I'm going to walk you through exactly how that works so that you can apply what you learn here today to your own business in as little as 30 days from now. But before we dive into this, grab a pen and paper, take notes, because unlike other marketing videos you've come across that gives you the sizzle without the steak, I'm going to be teaching you step by step how to use an automated book funnel sales system to create an irresistible offer and outreach campaign that drives cold leads to your book funnel that will ultimately convert those cold leads to warm, pre-qualified, ready-to-buy prospects. And I know writing a book sounds scary and time-consuming, but thanks to technology, using our rapid publishing system, it's going to make it very fast and simple. So bear with me. Now, if you're not willing to put in the work required to make a dramatic transformation in your business, I can promise you this program is not for you. This is not one of those I'm just looking for a quick fix to generate a flood of leads for my business type situations, because I promise you that does not exist. I've been doing this for decades. There is no such thing. The good news, however, is that because the barriers to entry to implement an automated book funnel prospecting system for your business is perceived to be so high, very few people are doing it or are willing to put in the work required to do it. So if you take the time to implement what I'm about to teach you, you'll have the entire market to yourself. And with that blue ocean scenario comes more market share than you could possibly know what to even do with. All right, so here we go. Write this down. Step 1, you need a book, not an ebook, not a downloadable PDF, but a real tangible book that can be bought on a store like Amazon. Now you're probably thinking, I don't have time to write a book. I already have to deal with prospecting for business, close deals, service clients. I get it. It's a lot to get your head around. The good news, however, as mentioned, I have a system called the Rapid Publishing System that will show you how to replace almost all of your marketing with a high-quality book that you will be able to produce in as little as 14 days. So if you help and serve other people and you're ready to simplify your marketing, if you have a course, coaching program, a product or a service that you sell, and if you're looking for a reliable, predictable way to grow your business and income, then you're seriously going to want to consider going down the book funnel route. We only wrote our first business consulting book in 2020, and since then, we've perfected the process of using books combined with automated outreach technology to rapidly grow leads and acquire new customers. In a world of so much noise, it really can replace less effective marketing methods like video sales letters, webinars, and free lead magnets. And this is the perfect front-end offer that leads to selling more coaching programs, live events, services, memberships, online courses, and a whole ton of other things that you're trying to sell. We've used this system to improve sales conversations and laser target dream clients for our business. All right, step 2. You have to have a funnel that drives traffic to your book. There's no point in writing a book if no one's going to see it. And this is where a lot of experts fall down. They get sold on the premise that if they write a book, the prospects will come. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as that. You still have to have a sales funnel in place to drive traffic to your book funnel. And this is where the power of digital leverage comes into play. Over the last few years, our team has developed our own proprietary AI software to help you grow your revenue and reduce your marketing costs. We use our database of 8+ million contacts to help you connect with decision makers that need your expertise. Using our software, we are able to build you prospect lists of your ideal customers using data such as location, industry, company size, job title, ownership, and much more. Then the AI software we use literally writes your email marketing outreach campaign for you and drives highly engaged, qualified leads to your book funnel. It's a simple but very highly effective system that enables you to generate sales inquiries whenever you want to generate more income. Okay, so let's break down the numbers for a second. Let's imagine that a new client earns your business about $20,000 on average. Using our proprietary AI software, let's say we connect you with 5,000 people that meet your perfect customer criteria and offer them a free copy of your book. Of the 5,000 people, let's say about 5% accept a free copy of your book. That's 250 perfect customer leads that now have read your book. And these 250 perfect customer leads are now 100% pre-sold on the fact that you are a credible expert that can help them solve their problems and achieve their goals. While these leads, hot leads, by the way, are reading your book, you also have an automated email sequence that is sending those leads further information on how you'll be able to help them, as well as asking them to schedule a meeting with you to learn more. Then you or your team member follow up with a short phone call to make sure they're enjoying the book, ask if they have any questions about how it applies to their situation, and ultimately to schedule a meeting. But the key point is you're no longer chasing unqualified cold prospects. And the probability of them booking a meeting increases tenfold after they read your book because of the credibility that being an expert and author brings. So out of the 250 leads that have your book, let's assume that 10% agree to a meeting. That's 25 people who have now scheduled a meeting with you. A closing rate of 1 out of 4 is what we frequently see. So let's say that out of the 25 people that booked a meeting with you, 6 close and become clients. 6 times your client value of 20 grand equals $120,000. Now, 25 meetings per month is not a lot. It's just over 1 meeting per day times 20 working days. What would your monthly revenue look like if you scaled up and generated 2, 3, 4, or 10 meetings per day? And this is why we throw the 6-figure per month number out a lot. When you break it down and apply the power of digital leverage using AI to drive traffic to your book, if you have an offer that generates thousands, it's actually quite simple to understand why some consultants generate millions of dollars per year and others barely break even. We've covered 2 steps so far: the book and the outreach campaign that drives leads to your book funnel. But we don't just rely on these two assets alone. We still need to nurture the contact list of prospects that are now encouraged but haven't yet booked a meeting. And this is where step 3 comes into play. The number that I mentioned above, the $120,000 per month, was only from those who booked a meeting and closed. But what about the hundreds of other people who haven't yet booked a meeting with you? What do we do with them? Do we call it a day and let them walk across the street to your competitors? Of course not. We continue to nurture them. So at some point in the near future, they too book a meeting with you, which leads to a further percentage of them closing. Now that $120,000 per month revenue is being topped up, 20 grand, 30 grand, maybe even $100,000 as more leads that didn't originally convert previously are now booking with you weeks or months down the road because of the constant contact that your digital presence continues to have with those prospects. But it has to be set up on autopilot. Otherwise, the leverage aspect of the book funnel completely falls down and it's no longer viable for you to reach 6 figures per month. Remember, the more work you have to do, the less you're able to scale your business and earn. So you have to remove yourself completely from the entire prospecting aspect of your business in order to focus on closing deals. Now, I know I just threw a ton of information at you, and by now you're probably excited, but completely overwhelmed with the prospect of writing a book, building a book funnel, and guessing which traffic source or AI software to use to generate your leads. And even if you did know how to do all of this and piece it together yourself, if you're like most of my clients, this is the last thing they have time for, which is why we launched a Done With You Book in a Box program using our 30-day rapid publishing system called the Consulting Incubator. So let me explain how this program works. It's a 4-week program that has been designed to implement and put in place everything we discussed here today. At the end of the first month, you'll have your own book that will show you how to list on Amazon. We'll also show you how to reach bestseller status as well to rank higher than others in your industry in order to increase sales and stand out amongst your competition. We'll then work with you on launching your own automated outreach campaign using AI software so that your book can be offered to thousands of people that match your perfect customer profile. We'll then work with you on building a highly engaged contact list of ready-to-buy prospects that will ultimately book a meeting with you, including all of the software and technology needed in order to finally scale your business. We'll show you how to get the entire thing up and running within the next 30 to 60 days. So if you're sick of the stress of not being in control of lead flow or focusing all of your time and energy on outdated and expensive marketing tactics, and you're ready to transform and scale your business so that you're able to finally generate a constant flow of high quality, engaged, pre-sold leads, then I'd like to invite you to book a call with us to see if the Consulting Incubator program is right for you and your business. It's not for everyone. And if you don't think this is the kind of transformation your business is ready for, then there's no shame in opting out of this offer. But if you can handle more appointments each month, if you want more appointments every single month, and you're ready to become an author of your own book and become your market's first choice due to the prestigious positioning that comes with being an author, then click the link below to book an appointment with either myself or a member of my team. And I'll explain exactly in greater detail how the 4-week Consulting Incubator program works. Now, before you do that, hold on. I want you to listen to what a few of our existing students and clients have to say about the Consulting Incubator program. Jameson White is a leading global expert at no-touch freemium software sales. He was one of the co-founders of software giant LogMeIn and helped grow their no-touch sales to exceed $160 million annual revenue. Here's a quick video testimonial of how Jameson applied what we learned in the Consulting Incubator to wow the senior team at his current day job.
Just before we wrap up, how have you found today's session? Has it been everything you hoped it would be, good, bad, or ugly?
More than I hoped it was good. This is amazing. I am so happy. I mean, even right now, I'm going to go back to my current job and use a lot of this in just what I'm currently doing to just
Right.
wow the hell out of these people. And this is so exciting. This just theory of constraints is just fantastic. And this problem approach to problems, identifying and worth solving, and then the particular order. It just makes so much sense.
Or take Jamie Muskoff. Jamie's vast experience extends to working with organizations such as Nike, Columbia University, Microsoft, and the U.S. military. Here's a short 2-minute video about Jamie's experience in our consulting incubator program.
Hi, my name is Jamie Muskoff, and I am the owner of Jamie Muskoff LLC, a social innovation consultancy here in the Washington, D.C. area. And I wanted to take a couple of minutes to tell you about the great experience I've had being in the business incubator with Growth Machines. The model that they use is excellent. They don't only teach it to you, but they model it to you as you're in the incubator, and I think that's a powerful way to learn. I also think that in that process, I really learned how to narrow down what it is that I wanted to focus on in my consultancy based on what is marketable and what will work, how to get the right audiences for those services. So I really appreciate the time and the kindness and the patience that he showed to not only myself, but all of us in the incubator as we were going through. And I'm really looking forward to our success.
Then there's Norman Katz. Norman's using our incubator to help him reach a new audience as well as more efficiently monetize his existing business strategies. In this video, Norman provides a full detailed breakdown of what it's like to work with us.
Why am I working with Growth Machines, having accomplished, really so much on my own? And there's really several reasons for this. One, I as much as I have accomplished on my own, I felt that something was missing in the next level of taking my consulting to a new platform, if you will. I was not sure quite how to get there on my own, and I didn't really know who could help me. Growth Machines was different. Their approach was different. Their pitch was completely different. They did not have these wild promises. They did not want my contacts. This was not about just setting up a Facebook page and having pixie dust magic happen. The process by which Growth Machines will take you is actually something that I wrote about in my third book that companies need to really do in order to grow. It is the introspective perspective where you really need to look at yourself as a company, and I do treat myself as a company of one. So this is about taking my own medicine, looking at yourself as a company and saying, what are my strengths? What do I know about myself? What do I maybe not know about myself that I need somebody else with a different perspective to come in and show me about myself? And this was really the magic of working with Growth Machines, is that there were things that I had done for clients over the years, great progresses that I knew about, but that I had never really articulated. Shockingly, even somebody who has done all this speaking and writing, that I had never really even put together myself in a really meaningful content way. And this is what Growth Machines really helped me to develop in starting to go through the process of creating the knowledge and wherewithal to say, okay, this is what I have to offer to a next level audience, and this is how we get that next level audience to recognize the value of what I have. It's always easy to say, gee, I know what I have to offer from a value standpoint because it's locked into my head. just like it's probably locked into your head as well. But putting it down on paper, so to speak, and in a way that somebody who is not familiar with you can gravitate to it and grasp it is really the gap that needs to be closed. And I think that I knew that I was struggling with that, and I needed an outside perspective and outside help to get me to be able to close that gap. And this is what the Growth Machines process really helped me with. It was like I don't mean to sound trite, but it was like a big light bulb that was just going off kind of continually through the process.
As you can clearly see by these testimonials given by these amazing entrepreneurs who have been an absolute joy to work with, by the way, the Consulting Incubator really can be applied to any business professional across any industry. Here's another client of ours by the name of Arash Rahimpour, an experienced management consultant focused on helping small, medium-sized businesses improve their business strategy, processes, revenue, and profit. Arash is using our frameworks and models to refine and deliver his services to his clients. He said, for anyone considering this program, stop thinking and start joining this program right away. Let's hear more of what Arash had to say about our incubator program in his video review.
Hello, my name is Arash. I'm a management consultant for the past 4 years, working with small and medium-sized businesses and helping them with their strategies and processes, ultimately helping them grow their revenue. About 6 months ago, David and his team at Growth Machine reached out to me to talk to me about the incubator program. Now, right off the bat, I can tell that this program would provide tremendous value as it would be leveraging my expertise and providing me additional income. The program itself is great, and you learn so much about yourself, about how to develop your brand. And there isn't any one part of it that I would say added more value for me than the others. That said, every week we do have support calls with David and some of the other consultants as part of the program. And this is a wonderful opportunity for me to bounce my ideas, ask my question, offer my advice, and get the opinions and expertise that not only David offer, but a diversity that every consultant in this program brings to the table, whether from the consulting that they do or the location around the world that they're from, ultimately providing me with a very unique and interesting perspective. Now, for anyone who is considering this program, I would simply say stop thinking and start acting by joining this program right away. You will benefit from the knowledge that David has, from a very solid program that he's developed over the years, and ultimately you'll have the potential of developing your own program and your own business on the side if that is something that you want.
Listen, if you're a business broker, a financial advisor, management consultant, marketing agency owner, software developer, teacher, life coach, service-based professional, or even a beauty therapist like our client Oksana McLaren, then the Consulting Incubator could be the right program for you. Oksana is a leading beauty therapist that we continue to work with today that specializes in helping industry professionals add new revenue to their business using her unique regenerative facial treatment. Oksana joined the incubator for us to help productize her unique experience into an on-demand course that could be sold to the beauty industry. Here's what Oksana had to say about our program.
Hello, my name is Oksana McLaren. I'm a beauty therapist. I've been working in the beauty industry for a very long time, and I know a lot about skincare treatments and products and different brands. For the past few years, I had this idea at the back of my head that I wanted to teach people how to perform, how to do treatments, but I didn't know where to start and how to start. And soon enough, I came across the Growth Machines. And this is when you ask a question and the universe provides. Well, I was very skeptical at the beginning to start my online business because I'm not very technically gifted person, but they took care of it. They also taught me how to be a coach for other people and how to structure and build my own business which suits my needs, my experience and my area of expertise. What I like about them is they have this individual approach for everyone. Even there was a group of people on the training, we still would have our one-on-one calls and advice is relevant to our own businesses. They do not apply the same business model to every business idea. They kind of tailor it for you individually. I will definitely recommend to use Growth Machines if you are planning to start your online business.
As you can clearly see, the Consulting Incubator is a system that enables you to turn your professional experience into a wildly profitable online leveraged consulting business, or add a new revenue stream to an existing consulting business. And I'm going to go as far as to guarantee our results because we've done it hundreds of times across several industries, and we'd love to show you how. But you have to want to put in the work to make one of the biggest transformations your business will ever see. The program is designed to enable anyone to protect and grow their income. The Consulting Incubator has even blown people away in our own sector. John, a thought leader in website conversion rate optimization, who's worked with leading brands such as School of Rock, Mumsnet, Faberge, and the Ticket Factory to help increase their website conversions and revenue growth, was so impressed with how much he learned after thinking he knew everything there was to know about converting leads to sales that he even joined our program. Here's John's feedback on the Consulting Incubator.
So I'm one of the co-founders, and we are a specialist digital marketing agency, and we engage with Growth Machines because during COVID we wanted to just add another revenue stream to our business. So we are in the service business of providing marketing activity, and I just thought during COVID, when people weren't really spending money with big agencies, we wanted to somehow create another service, and that was to offer companies in-house our skills to train their in-house teams how to do it. The thing that I've liked with this is it was just having someone walk through the process of how to package this. I mean, we're a marketing agency, we've got all our bits. I think we had all the collateral and kind of how to talk about ourselves, but what we got from David and the team was how to structure and specifically package that with regards to how we would target people, then how we would, when we target them, how we would speak to them on the phone about it as well, which I think was a really important part of it. So if you're looking to add another revenue stream, I think it's been a really powerful process for us as an agency that kind of specializes in communication as well. I still learn a heap from this, and just to take the time out with someone else and kind of guide us through it has been a massive help.
I could show you lots of these, but I think you get the point. If you're fed up with getting crappy, unqualified leads, or you spend way too much time prospecting for business than closing deals, or you're simply paying too much to advertise, then book a no-obligation call with me today, and I'll explain how the Consulting Incubator could work to help you quickly turn cold leads into highly engaged and extremely qualified prospects at scale. During the call, I'll show you how I spend less than 15 minutes per day on marketing and still get 25% month-over-month growth. I'll also reveal the one thing all businesses must do if they want to scale, and believe me, it's not what you think, because hardly anyone is doing it. I'll also share with you the offer design sequence that turns your book readers into $100,000 per year client. And don't worry, the best part about the Consulting Incubator is that it works even if you don't want to write a book. Full disclosure, I usually spend less than a week working on the books that are growing my businesses. Also, most of my clients don't really want to write a book. It's really about what a book funnel can give them. Freedom from hustle, better qualified prospects, advertising cost offsets, authority and trust, celebrity status, media appearances, and sales assets. I'll explain the entire Consulting Incubator system during our call, and at the very least, we'll have a great strategy session doing it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's be honest. You'll walk away from the call learning how to do it all yourself. It's not a bad worst case scenario. The best case scenario, we decide to work on your business together over the next 4 to 8 weeks, and I'll show you step by step how to implement everything we discussed in this video today. Oh, one more thing before you go. At Growth Machines, we are so confident our program will deliver great results for your business that we offer our services on a performance-based charging structure, ensuring that you only pay for tangible outcomes. Here's how that works. Upon starting the program, you pay a 50% deposit to secure your spot. We then work closely with you to implement the book funnel prospecting system and drive targeted leads to your business. Once you have generated double the cost of the program in new revenue from those leads, you pay the remaining 50%. This approach aligns our success with yours, providing you with the confidence that we are fully committed to achieving exceptional results for your business. With our performance-based charging structure, your investment is directly tied to the success and growth of your business, making it a true win-win partnership. So, if this is something you think you might be interested in, then go ahead and book a strategy call with us, and we look forward to telling you more about the opportunity. I really hope to hear from you soon.